Hi, everybody, and welcome to Traveling with Russell, and welcome to a live stream, and welcome to Sunday afternoon here in Moscow. Now, I'm sorry for the slight delay. I think it only worked out about 10 or 11 minutes. I tidied up all my desk today, and I cleaned and wiped and dusted and did all sorts of things. If anybody maybe follows me on Telegram, I posted a photo of me having lunch after I'd set everything up for the live stream. And then when I went to plug my microphone in just now, it didn't auto detect it. And I was kind of panicking and sweating that it wasn't going to work. 99.9% of the time, anything I plug in is what they call plug and play, and it works beautifully, except today. So possibly when I was doing a little bit too much cleaning, maybe I wiped or cleaned something with the cable, I'm not sure, but I basically just did a full shutdown and restart, and everything is good. So yeah, I hope everybody's doing well. I see there's a few people already here in the chat. Now, if anyone's not aware, I've not been very well for the last 10 or 11 days. I've been out of the house twice in 10 days. Once was to actually go make a video in Moscow. And the second time was basically yesterday, where we went to a food center. It's called Food City, if you're from Moscow. And I went for lunch, and I braved the elements going there and back. So yeah, if you are already chatting in the stream, thank you so much for being here earlier as well. I'm sorry, I do tend to look a little bit more at the chat than I do directly at the camera. I'm sorry, I know I explain that every time. Thank you already for 35 likes as well. Whoever's posted a like, thank you so much. We've got 35 people watching and 35 likes. So maybe everybody pressed it once. That's really nice of you. I don't expect hundreds and thousands of people here in the live stream. Very typically, I do them either Saturdays or Sundays, which is kind of around about the right time that I'm doing it now. Maybe a little bit earlier, but it kind of suits the exact time that I'm here. And also my wife has gone out for a little while, so she's not a big fan of me doing the streams when she's home, but of course it happens. She might end up just walking in while we're chatting here. Just if you're aware, so basically I had a cold and a flu almost 2 weeks ago. It kind of started, then it got really, really bad where I couldn't even barely walk. Like everything was aching and sore and tiring and everything like that. So now I think I've got cough lozenges. I've got cough mixture. My spoon's going to fall off. Cough mixture. This one. So if anybody knows any of the Russian brands. And then I've also got cough lozenges as well. I've got another type as a backup to the first type. It's a little bit bright. I've got my light on today, so. And then my wife just gave me a few of these. These are basically just candy, but they're a kind of a mentholyptus, eucalyptus, kind of a sweet. And I've actually got tea here as well, which I've been sipping on. If anyone knows me personally, I don't drink tea or coffee at all, except now. So this is actually ginger, orange, lemon, honey, and one more thing. I can't remember what this other one is. I couldn't remember it yesterday, and I still can't remember it today. So I really don't drink tea. I know it's a big Russian thing to do it, and after the last 2 or 3 or 4 days, I've kind of got right into it. So Suna, hello, how are you going? If anyone wants to post where they're from, let me know how the sound and the picture quality is. You're happy to chat amongst yourselves. The more interaction from chat, the easier it is for me to chat back and forward as well. So, let me just stretch my screen over. Over here, just a little bit. Now, I have got a few different options if anyone does want to donate to the channel. There is, of course, super chats, which are part of YouTube. So depending where you are in the world, it may or may not work. There is also something called donation alerts, which can be used from anywhere in the whole world. There is a link to it in the pinned comments and in the description. And then there is also SberBank, which is kind of a bank-to-bank thing inside Russia. A lot of people like to use that in Russia. I use it. People use it to me. I use it to them, so forth. So looks like the last time I did a live stream was 29 days ago. So because I've just pulled up the donation alerts tab on the side of the screen over here, which is over here. So I can see it generally, it's a donation alerts. Every time my voice gets weak, I'm going to take a little sip of my tea. So I'm very sorry if I do that while I'm on the stream. So yeah, that's set up. If anyone wants to utilize it, it's completely up to you. Also, if you're watching older videos, there is an option to do super thanks. So there's super stickers, super chats, and super thanks. So yeah, Suna, hello. Waiting for the stream. Garabuchub. I love watching you traveling with Russell. Bring on the videos. Thank you. So I am going to try to get through 1 hour. I'm actually, the strange thing is I can go for about 2 or 3 hours, feel absolutely nothing, feel perfectly fine. Then I'll go to do the chatting like this, and I feel like I'm struggling. And I'm really not. Excuse me. Although I'm not. I know that sounds weird. But yeah. Polly, Dolly, Babe, hello. Hi, Russell. Hello. 30th October ago. I'm not sure what that means. Someone from Indonesia. Apa kabar? Bagus. Greetings from Indonesia. Apa kabar is like hello in Indonesian language. Is it Bashir? I would like you someday collaborate with other YouTubers such as Siberian Freedom or Wild Siberia. Fingers crossed. Siberian Freedom, I've actually met the Australian family. They were in Moscow back in summertime, and I met up with them. We went for a walk. Neither of us made a video together. They didn't make one. I didn't make one. We met up. We hung out. We're both from Australia, and it was really cool to meet them. They're very nice people. They're exactly what you see on the channel of their channels. Oh my gosh. And, it comes across, I think, the same way. Arthur, hello. Ape Monkey, thank you for becoming a channel member. There is a few separate emojis that you can use. And yeah, thank you. It's a way to support the channel. Yeah. I am always a little bit behind on the chatting from the comments. So please excuse that. I do try to catch up eventually. So, yeah. Jackie, where are you? Where was traveling Russell when I was trying to learn Russian in grad school? Yes, I've only been doing this for about 2 years. YouTube on this channel. I did have another channel when I was working on cruise ships. I just finished my workout. Yibo Timbus. I've got no energy to do a workout. Good afternoon from the UK. Stephanie Christine, hello. I watched, I didn't see what the cricket score was today, but I watched the Rugby World Cup last night. It's very strange. In terms of my cold and flu, my body, there is nothing, I don't feel anything. Excuse me. The only thing I feel is like a sore throat right here. William, hello. Man, this is like I'm going to be struggling through this. I'm very sorry. I really wanted to do a live stream to catch up with everybody because I haven't posted videos on the channel. Very, very, very few in the last 2 weeks because I just really haven't gone out the house to go anywhere. Greetings from Vladarin. Hello. Somewhere in Europe. A few minute delay. So oh my gosh. The thing is, I can sit here, not do the live stream, do things on YouTube or watch a TV show or lay down and feel completely fine. It's only when I'm starting to talk. The wind off Lake Lakara is horrid. Oh, doesn't sound very good. Interesting. When a mic is not accepting, that means the mic may have been turned on to voice and listen. No, it's not plugged in all the time, except when I do the live streams. This microphone right here isn't plugged in for any active use, except when I do the live streams. I literally can pull this away. Sorry, I'll end up going off microphone. And and I disconnected it from the desk. It's on like an arm with a mount, and I took it off the desk so I could wipe and clean the whole desk today. So maybe it just didn't like getting detached and reattached. Ape Monkey, hi. Yes, like that thumbs up. Lovely. Yeah, thank you. 62 thumbs ups. Thank you so much. Yeah, love your channel. I think this is my first time catching a live. Yes, I do tend to do them on the same days, either Saturdays or Sundays. I do tend to do them about the same time, about this early afternoon time. 37 to 37, great. How's the weather? It's cool. It's currently 0 degrees outside. I can just see that on my computer screen. Yesterday, it was about the same temperature, maybe -1 or 0 yesterday. It snowed 3 days ago. We had like almost a whole day of snow, and it hasn't snowed for the last 2 days in a row. And because the temperature's hovering at about 0, everything's starting to melt already. So yesterday we went out, it was all like slushy and mushy and gushy and whooshy. And it's not nice when the snow melts, because the drainage on most of the roads and paths aren't the best here. And water just tends to be everywhere. Why your wife doesn't like you streaming when she's home? Because I try to rope her into being on the live streams. She doesn't mind me doing them. She doesn't mind me scheduling them. She doesn't mind me filming videos. She just always is worried that I'm going to ask her to sit here with me. And I'd really love her to be on a live stream, and I think everybody else would too. So, do I think it's COVID? I don't think it's COVID. I think it's a cold and flu. Quite a few of the symptoms that I've had is possibly COVID, but it's not COVID, if that makes sense. I was suggested to get tested, but I didn't. I've literally been home. I've not gone out anywhere. I went yesterday, and then last Saturday was the last time I went out. Anyone watch the whiskey and alcohol expo that I went to? Kind of appropriate. I went to that and had a few tots of drink here and there. So, yes, I don't think it's COVID. It possibly could be. But what's the deal with tap water in winter? Does it stop or super cold? Is tap water good? Yes, tap water completely runs. The pipes that they build are all insulated, or insulated. We actually do have a filtered tap in our kitchen. We've got a normal hot and cold tap, and then we've got a filtered. It's kind of like a separate spout where we use water for that. We also do drink bottled water. Actually, you can see behind me, that's my kind of sports workout bottle. You just see the lemon in there, I think. I've been having water with lemon. And then now that I've got into this tea now, my wife's a little bit shocked because I'm asking her to make me this hot tea. When we went yesterday to this food center, we bought a few different ingredients to make kind of like a herbal tea drink. Are you from Australia? Yes, I'm from Perth, Australia. Yes. Yes. Do you miss working on ships? I do. I think anybody that's worked on ships probably for more than a few years, it becomes a lifestyle, it becomes a job, it becomes everything about you, especially when you work on the ship for that 6, 8, 9 months, and you go home for vacation, then you go back again. So yeah, it does become a lifestyle or a job to a point where you do miss it. I mean, it's been now 3 years since all the COVID things went crazy, and I ended up coming home off ships when everyone else left. And it was kind of almost a good timing that it all happened. There was going to be a point where I was going to retire from ships anyway, and that kind of just worked out for the better. Yes, I've got ginger in here. Definitely ginger. That was one of the main ingredients. Actually, we went for lunch yesterday, they recommended this as a drink. And we kind of liked it. So I liked it. So my wife got inspired to make the same one. Teas are not for me. Yeah, I'm not a big. I've never ever drunk teas over the however old I am. But as long as it's got some sort of a flavor to it, even my wife said put some sugar in there. But that doesn't really beat my habit of drinking colas and soft drinks. I've actually got a lemon lime soft drink here that I can't even open and taste because I just don't feel like it. Tomato soup and cayenne pepper. Soup in a box pack. I had borscht soup earlier. So if anyone does have Telegram, I do have a Telegram channel. There's a link in the description of all the videos. It's called Traveling with Russell Channel. There's now 1,500 people in the channel, on the channel. And then there's more than 500 people in the chat. So if you comment on a post, it'll take you to a chat. You can join that. And there is more than 500 people in the chat. And I did post a video of me eating borscht soup earlier. My wife, we bought food yesterday, this food center we went to again. And we made like a beef borscht soup last night and today. Usually it takes a day to make a nice soup. So, excuse me. Live from the NAS. Maybe live from my kitchen. Tap water doesn't stop. It's good to drink in Moscow, but we still use water filters. Yes, very true. That's very true. Strange thing, and I kind of went 10 minutes not feeling anything, and then all of a sudden it hurts again. Hope you're better now. Do you feel any difference now with the time zone? How do you feel? Do you feel any difference now with the time zone? I've lived, well, oh, you mean with it getting darker sooner? I mean, it's already, well, it's now only 5 o'clock. It's already, well, it's not dark outside yet, but it's getting darker much earlier in the day. It doesn't get light as soon in the morning as well. I think there is a tea culture. I don't know how Russian tea is made. I know my wife buys a lot of loose leaf tea. You can go to a lot of the markets and they scoop it out and you buy it by weight. I'm very, very sorry, everybody. I really do want to do this live stream. I don't want to sound like I'm suffering. Because if I switch off the stream now and go to sit down, I won't feel a thing and I'll feel perfectly fine. I'm going to take this candy at the same time. It's like a mentholyptus, and it's been helping me when I'm breathing. What's one comfort item from home food or other that you cannot get here in Russia that you miss the most? Is there something particular that you miss? For cold and flus, no. Normally, I take some sort of lozenges. These ones are really no different to what I'd buy in Australia. Food-wise, oh my gosh, I'm very sorry, everybody. This is not in any way me. I'm never normally. This is kind of like the Russell getting sick once for the whole year, and then for 11 months I don't feel anything. And I mean, yesterday I bought Kit Kats, and I've talked about this a few times on videos that I can't find Kit Kats in Russia. Of all the chocolate bars in the entire aisles at every supermarket I show, it's the only chocolate that I can't find. And I got some yesterday. I mean, there's nothing that I crave that I just can't go and buy something different to what I can buy in Australia or Russia. You sound like me when I had COVID-19. Yeah, I was tested quite a lot while I was on the cruise ship because I had the kind of month at the time when everything was shutting down and we had so many tests. And then obviously to fly to Russia from Australia when I came back. But I personally think it's just a kind of a cold or a flu because I had runny nose, I had high temperature and things like that. But this cough, I think it's going to last for another week or two. Super and fast, yes. I found having the hot tea has helped a lot because it kind of, I don't know, helps the throat, I guess. You try and clear out your lungs. Yes. What time sunset in Moscow during winter? Well, it'll get a little bit earlier than now. I don't know what time today's sunset is. Can I find it? I can see if I can tell you what today's sunset is. Today's sunset is 5:01. Exactly the exact minute right now. Sunrise is 7:29. It's full moon. 9 hours, 32 minutes of sunlight today, or daylight. If I scroll ahead to Tuesday the 7th, sunrise 7:48 a.m., sunset 4:42. So we'll get a lot shorter every day. It's not dark outside yet. It's kind of cloudy, gloomy, and overcast for the whole week anyway, leading up to now. So still not used to Russian winters. Oh, Leo, how's it going? Good to see you, by the way. I'm completely fine with Russian winters. I've got jacket. I wore a beanie yesterday. I'm a very warm-blooded person, so even on the bus on the way home last night, we took one bus to this food place. We took one bus and then another bus to get home. And by the time I was on the second bus, because they got the heaters on in the bus, I was like unzipping my jacket. I was undoing my button on my shirt. I was like sweating. Hello from Melbourne. Oh, good to see you. I'm going to watch the Grand Prix a little bit later on tonight. Daniel Ricciardo qualified fourth. If anyone follows Formula One Grand Prix, Daniel Ricciardo is one of the drivers right now. He's actually also from Perth as well. Hello from Arizona. Good morning from Arizona. Well, Leo, when the Coca-Cola symbols don't come up on the screen for my Russian, there's some sort of a thing where they blocked the icons and the emojis on Russian YouTube, so that's why I can't see it. Have one of your that's what I've got right now. I've got these ones are really, really nice. The problem is the lozenges are better because they last a lot longer. These are more like you don't want to eat them, but it's a very strong eucalyptus, mentholyptus taste that really kind of, when you breathe in and out, it really helps you. Jackie, thank you for becoming a channel member. I'm sorry it's a little bit delayed with showing things up on the screen. I don't, unfortunately, do enough for channel members. I'm sorry, it's not my thing that I don't do enough. I think a lot of people like just to support the channel the best they can. Oh, Mr. Ronnie, thank you for a donation alerts. Hey, Russell, my friend moved from Sydney to Perth. Any advice for her? She said apartments are cheaper. Goods are more expensive. Is it true? And tell a bit more about your life in Perth. Perth is probably cheaper to live than Sydney. The cost of living in Australia has gone up a lot in the last 5 or 10 years generally. The cost of renting apartments or house in Perth is probably cheaper than Sydney, in terms of dollar for dollar. The big thing she'll notice the difference is the population difference. It's probably half the population in Perth and Sydney. Also, Perth's a little bit slower pace of life. People that come from Sydney or Melbourne find Perth very boring because we switch the lights off at 5 or 6 o'clock every night and we all go home and go to bed. We all are very nice. Perth is very coastal too. So most of the people that live in the suburbs of Perth live anywhere from, 5 minutes from the beach to, maximum we would pay is about 20 minutes drive to the beach. So yeah, if you like beaches, and obviously summertime coming up now, October, November, December, January till February, March. Any advice for her? Renting apartments is very difficult right now. There's a very, very, very big shortage of house rentals. So any kind of a house, hopefully she's got some good references for her rental applications that can help her. If she's maybe got other friends that are in Perth, that would be helpful too, to get a bit of a leg up, as they say, with knowing the areas or the suburbs and things like that. I hope that helps. Thank you for donation alerts. I know it works. Gudafani and hell drugs helped. He got the muscles out of the lungs, out of the lungs, and provided some relief. Yeah, it's very strange because, like now, for instance, like this 5 minutes, I don't feel anything, and I'm completely okay, and I'm not struggling, and I'm not rushing to grab a sip of my drink. So it's very weird, like this. Sage tea for sore throat. Yeah, everyone's giving me so many different suggestions. Barack Biden, interesting channel name. Yeah, this tea thing, I think I'm going to stick with this, especially this ginger tea, lemon tea, honey tea, because it's really just flavored hot water when I boil it down. How are you doing? Are you recovering slowly? Have you had COVID? I don't think I've had it. I think the closest thing, I guess, like this kind of cold flu kind of symptoms in the last 2 years here in Moscow, or 2.5 years. And then in Australia the year before, I'll be very, very honest, I rarely ever get sick. And this kind of last week, the problem for me is I like to get out. I like to go out. I like to go film something, go to somewhere, go to an event. And then when I'm kind of forcing myself to have to stay home, it kind of puts a dampener on doing YouTube videos and things like that. So, Netty Pot. Not sure of that brand. Thank you, Joe. Steam vapor, call the chemist, they tell you. Yeah, that thing where you put like the hot water in a bucket and a towel over your head. Wonder if that's what you mean. Fortuna, hello. Oh, hello. Oh, is that David? I think it is. When you lay down on your side, it's easier to breathe and help prevent fluid building up. Yes. Yeah, I've also been sleeping in the lounge room a lot more because my wife likes the room closed off, like the curtains closed, the windows closed, everything closed, and I like to have a bit of fresh air and a little bit not as hot of a room. So I've sort of set up camp on the sofa over here with the blanket, double blanket, with extra pillows. Chamomile tea is a great answer. Chamomile tea, thanks. Yeah, this is a thing that's, and also actually it's not as hot as it was when I started, but it's strange because I never was a person that thought sipping tea would make me be happy, you know? Winter's the best season. Yes. Yeah, I like winter in Russia. I like when it snows, when it's cold. I like especially snow days when it's snowing. COVID is only in America. I think it's everywhere, Sergey. How good is your Russian? How long does it take to learn Russian if you live there with zero knowledge? If you don't have any knowledge of it, it takes time. My Russian is very poor. Unfortunately, it could be better, considering how long I've lived here on and off over the years. I think the fact that I'm older makes it harder to learn and soak it in. I think kids and young people learn a lot easier than older adults do, or mature adults. Yes, expos. Anonymous, hello. I hate winter. Winter in Siberia is freezing sometimes, yes. Well, of course, right. Once you get minus degrees, it's sitting on right on zero today, so hello. Yeah, I heard that it's going to be plus 14 on Wednesday. I think, okay, so tomorrow's Monday. Yeah, Tuesday, Wednesday, like plus 12, plus 14. It's kind of crazy because the weather is just so up and down. Like that snow a few days ago, then it's just not done anything. And then now it'll literally, everything will melt away by the next 2 days. Are you from Earth? I think so. I think I am. Do I like Russian crickets? I don't know much about Russian crickets. Hello from Macedonia. Oh, Zdravstvuyte. I was going to say something in, I guess, is brate. Dobro. No, that's dobro utro is like good morning in Russian. Okay, I don't know any words. Coffee or tea preferred here, Canada. Coffee, Indonesia also coffee. I mean, both places, depending. Yes. Yeah, I don't like coffee at all. Tea I can tolerate because it's, like I keep saying, funnily, it's flavored water. Why is Telegram so popular in Russia? The company didn't always have a good relationship with the Russian government and even moved out of Russia. Yet even the Russian government is on Telegram because it's so secure and because no one's ever been able to hack Telegram. And I think they've still got a bounty out if someone can figure out the algorithm or how Telegram works. Yeah, Telegram is massive in Russia. Everybody uses it. All the businesses use it. It's kind of a platform that people use for businesses, for channels, for chat, for news, for everything. So what is next for the channel? More videos. More videos. My local, so I'm sure you guys know I do a lot of supermarket videos. I really wanted to try to film a video yesterday at the market we went to. And then it turns out the people at the little store I wanted to film in didn't want me to film, which, of course, in Russia you can film anywhere, but I'm still polite and I'm, I won't film something if someone says don't film something. So I've got a phone number to call this store that I want to film at. It's kind of like a bulk goods store, where you buy whole boxes of foods or chocolates or bulk items, kind of similar to Sam's Club in America. I guess in Russia we've got Metro. So, and then I also want to go to Ashan, because they've got all the Christmas stuff out already and all the holiday stuff out in October. I guess next couple of days will be November. So I want to make a video about the Christmas market at Ashan Hypermarket. I also still want to go on the D4 train, which is the new train line that runs from Prelivka to the other side of Moscow. It's a little bit harder to film that because it's such a long train journey to figure out how to make it a shorter video. Is your wife Russian and do you miss Oz? My wife is Russian, yes. She's from Ufa. We met on holiday in Thailand many, many years ago. Mr. Ronnie, thank you again. Thank you for what you're doing. You're connecting people from our entire world. Keep it going. I'm from Russia, Siberia. We'll wait for you here. Thank you. Thanks. I hope that coughing isn't too loud when I cough away from the microphone. Thank you for the donation alerts. Yes. If you are part of the Telegram channel, Mr. Ronnie, or anybody who wants to join it, there is a lot of people active, particularly in the chat from beyond Russia, people from all different countries of the world. And it's a very nice, very polite chat. Generally, sort of a topic comes up every day or a couple of different topics. And everybody puts in their 2 cents worth. And there's no bias. Is that the right word? You see, the thing is, again, it's like my throat's gone funny now. And I'm struggling. And then the next time I'm talking away here. Yeah, thanks for connecting people from an entire world. Yeah, I think it's a good thing. YouTube like this. Okay, there's only a small amount of people watching the live stream. I know there's a far bigger audience of people who watch the videos when I post them. Hello from Jacksonville. What do I miss about Australia, by the way? Guess my parents and family. I know I can video call them. I can chat to them. Technology now. We're not that far away. That's about it, really. And the thing with this cough, too, I know I'm going to go on about this a lot, but it's not hurting. It doesn't hurt. It just hurts me that I can't talk freely. That's the right thing. Florida, see you ill. Hope you get well. Thank you from Jacksonville. Yes, or Jackport. That's what the cruise ships sail out of, is Jackport, isn't it? Hello from Moscow. Oh, hello, Dilia. Здравствуйте. Yeah, we don't have the nicest of Sundays today here in Moscow. I didn't plan to go out today, even though we went out yesterday. We only went out for a few hours. We caught the bus from where we live to Salarevo shopping center. Then we took another bus to Food City. We went to a nice cafe for lunch. Actually, a different cafe to the cafes we go to. There's about 20 or 30 cafes in this food center. So we went to a new one and it was really nice. So, aren't you annoyed by the attention of people who turn around and look at you in your videos? No, I'm not, Andre. I know it's a common thing a lot, depending on the different places I go to. It doesn't bother me at all. I mean, most of the time, people are not rude about it when they turn around or they, stare and stop. I think most people are just caught off guard with me speaking English. Meaning, when I'm just chatting about, especially if I go to a shopping center or a supermarket or somewhere like that, people are just a bit caught off guard by what someone doing speaking English in my supermarket where I live, in whatever part of Moscow, or when we were in Ufa, I was filming there, and people just find it funny. I mean, when I stop filming and I chat to people, people are, I explain about the channel and stuff, and they're all super nice about it, because they realize that I'm just doing something to show somewhere. So yeah, it doesn't bother me at all, really, truly. What's the right thing? Tea in the milk or milk in the tea? Well, I've never really had tea with milk, so I guess everyone else can answer that. I should put that as one of my poll questions. Open the window a little bit. Yes, I've got one of the windows up. We've got the central heating on in the apartment now for probably a month. So it's very warm in here. 26.7 degrees here inside. It's 8.3 degrees on the balcony. I've not put normally I put my temperature sensor outside the balcony window, but I put it inside the kitchen balcony here. It says 8.3 degrees on the balcony. Butter menthols, yes, they're the ones we have in Australia. This is Russell suffering for us on stream. Yeah, I really did want to do a live stream because I hadn't done one for what? It says there 29 days. I really would like to do one every Saturday or every Sunday. So get well, Russell. Thank you, Little Potato. I watch a YouTube channel called Potato Jet, by the way. If you like camera reviews or mostly camera stuff, cameras, drones, there's a channel called Potato Jet. And he's a really cool guy. I just like the way he does reviews of items. Are you working for NASA? I don't think so. How's life in Moscow now? It was 2 years I flee the country instead of what changed. Nothing's changed. I know. I mean, you can turn around and say, well, all the car dealerships aren't there. It's all Chinese car dealerships. You can go in the shops and see a few less Western brands. The supermarkets are still full. There's still choices. Prices have gone up a little bit. I wouldn't say they've gone up a lot. It's a little bit harder to get, Like, for instance, I talked about this a few times. This is a Rode microphone, which is an Australian company that are quite well known for microphones. And if anyone ever sees me wearing the little microphone clipped on my, usually on my strap of my bag, that's Rode. So before 2 years ago, this would be easy to go and buy this at some sort of electronics store or some kind of a audiovisual store. Now it's very difficult to buy one. You can still get them. They're still available. You can still buy them, but they're just harder to get. So I wouldn't say much has changed, but that's just from my day-to-day interaction with things. I mean, I don't have a job that I go to work to do. My wife does. She works in her salon. So, it's what affects you that makes a difference, if that makes sense. I'm the same. You're warm-blooded as well. Yes, I'm hot and sweaty now. I even did my button up on my shirt for the video, but I wouldn't normally even have this unbuttoned, but it just looks messy. Are you isolating away from the rest of your family or just playing it by ear? Yes, my wife, we live together, of course. She doesn't have any symptoms or any cold or flu things the same as me, like nothing at all. If that makes sense. So yeah, we still in the same house. She's still going to work. So we went out yesterday together. Russell, if you have Buckley's here, go get some. It works. Buckley's. Thanks, Leo. Do you have a foundation? I don't have a foundation, no. It's just me making videos on YouTube. Yes, and by people watching them, commenting, liking, thumbs ups, where people do donation alerts or SberBank or super chats, that goes all back into making more videos and sustaining me being able to do this. Shelkovskaya. Oh, the shopping center, Shelkovskaya. Yes, I've made a video there. That was where I went to the Swed House. Isn't that for anyone who doesn't know what he's talking about, Shelkovskaya, they're talking about there's a shopping center, and on the roof of the shopping center, there's a bus station, and it's really cool. It's just a bus station, but the fact they built it on top of the shopping center, it was a very big transport hub, that area right by the shopping center, and I put that in a video at one point. And Swed House is kind of you could say it's a knockoff IKEA, but all the products they're selling in there are from IKEA, and even they were labeled as IKEA products. So good to see you. Hello from Southern California, Andre. Hello. Do you have Super Nintendo in your childhood years? I did, yes. I didn't play. I mean, I was working on cruise ships, for 20 years. So right from school, I went and worked. Right out of high school, I went to work in retail stores. So I guess I didn't really have that long, extended childhood. But I did have Nintendo, then Super Nintendo, and then I got a computer. So, yeah, they're worth a ton now, right? The games and the cartridges. I'd have kept them. I even had the gun for Duck Hunt as well. Anyone remembers that? Does Russia have beaches? They do in the south. If you go to Sochi or go to Crimea, there's beaches. And there's a lot of like lakes and Lake Baikal on the far east of Russia. Actually, even in St. Petersburg, there's some areas where they've got beaches, if you like to call it that. You don't really have the word beach loosely in terms of an ocean. It can be a pond or a lake or even a quarry. That's flooded quarry. That can be like that. Do you find out if it's possible to shoot in stores or just come in with a camera? Was it that you were not allowed to shoot? Yeah, yesterday. So we went to Food City. So if anyone knows Moscow, Food City is this huge, huge, huge food place. I didn't want to go film at Food City. I've got another arrangement to go and do that with the administration there. But there's a new little shop that opened. That's a little mini supermarket inside Food City. So we went and had lunch. We did our shopping. And then I said to my wife, let's go and just have a look there, see what it's like, just scope it out. I can come back another day and film. And then my wife just happens just to walks right up to the guy that's in charge and started chatting to him about YouTube. And he was a bit confused about what we were asking. And then I said to my wife, show him the channel, show him the videos of Pitorichka, show him the million view videos. Why show him that? I said, because then he understands what I'm doing. Show him all the different supermarkets that I've filmed, and that's what my channel is about. And then he went away and he comes back. Oh, here's a phone number. Call them. So my wife's going to call tomorrow and just ask. It won't be a problem. I'll be able to go back there. Yeah, most of the time, especially now, what I do is I'm just polite. Like the one I filmed at Magnolia Supermarket. This is about 3 weeks ago now, 4 weeks ago. I just asked them, I'm just going to film a video. It's okay. I know it's allowed. And they were completely fine. They didn't bother. I actually chatted to the manager of the store. He was super happy. But yeah, I just film things. Shopping centers, I'll just walk in and film and do everything. I'm always trying to be polite. The thing is, a lot of people comment on the videos about there's no people in the shots. The aisles you're walking in, the supermarkets are empty. I don't purposely film people when they're looking at something on the shelf. I'll kind of walk down the aisle. I'll let somebody walk out a shot first before I film things. Obviously, in shopping centers, it's a little bit hard because people are coming and going, doing their thing. But I will be kind of polite to people as much as possible. Feel better. Thank you, Sergey. Yes. It's weird because I feel better and then I don't. And I can say this, all right, I'll switch the live stream off when we end, right? And I'll go to sit down and I'll be completely fine. And I won't cough for 2 hours. And then I'll just have like a crazy coughing fit in my throat and everything like that. Now there's candy stuck in my roof of my mouth. So a humidifier, yes. We don't have one of those. Raw onion, no. Your wife won't be happy. No, I don't want to have raw onion. Pity that you're still unwell. I think that taking the Ambroxol paste mix will help with you loosen and break up the congestion. Thanks. Ambroxol. Yeah, these cough mixture that I got, someone actually from the Telegram group recommended this one. So that's the one that someone recommended I buy, and I did. Well, my wife went and got it from the local pharmacy. It's cold here in Malibu. I read Earth is actually getting colder. California, it's cold. Come on. Doesn't get that cold. 27 in Athens, Greece over the last 6 weeks. Very nice. I can say it's very nice, right? I 100% understand in Russia there's 4 seasons. So you go through the summer, the autumn, the winter, spring, and so forth. I'm completely fine with the seasonal weather that Russia has, right? Where do I get news about expos? Excuse me. Most of the time I just read from the news. So any kind of Yandex news or Zen Yandex news, there's a lot that they post there. Some people tell me about them as well. Again, I'll go back to Telegram, to the channel, Traveling with Russell channel. And a lot of people mention them to me. This is coming up, that's coming up. And I look into them, and then now there's the Russia Expo starting 4th or 5th of November. It's about 3 or 4 days away it starts. And it goes for like 3 months at Vdenha. So I'm going to have to go and check that out and then figure out how to make a video, because it's kind of a huge event that covers all of Russia at this expo. So why are you obsessed with supermarkets? I worked in retail since I was out of high school. I also, the time that I lived in Australia after COVID, I went and worked in supermarkets. And I never thought I would, but I went and did merchandising and new shop builds and new supermarket builds for a couple of different companies. Not directly for the supermarkets, but for third-party companies. I worked in supermarkets. So retail has been a thing. I worked on cruise ships in retail shops as well. So it flowed over. Hello from Greece. Hello. Any plans to go to any other provincial cities? Well, I went to Ufa, where my wife is from. The problem with the videos that I make generally is they're not they're not vlogging type videos, like travel day kind of videos, traveling somewhere, going to the shop, going to pay the bills, whatever you do in a normal day-to-day video for a vlog. My videos are more title specific videos. I like these. I know this is just candy, but it's even English. Well, kind of English. So, do you cry watching films? If yes, on which one? No. I've never cried on videos, I don't think, on movies. No, I don't think I've ever, even Titanic and stuff like that, you know. From India and coming to Moscow. Ooh, hope you got a big jacket. Get yourself a jacket, get gloves, get a scarf, get a beanie, especially now from now until March. Well, almost April, almost. It's going to get very cold for you, especially coming from India to Russia. That would be a crazy difference. Ellie, I can't read Russian. So if anyone's typing in Russian, I should have mentioned it before. I can't read Russian. I've subscribed to your Ronnie. Yes. You should find lots of nice people there too. So especially if you want to chat or not, it's up to you. Just basically type a comment to a post from the channel and it'll take you over to the chat. And then there'll be quite a lot of, and if you're really not into it, just turn off notifications because sometimes you're going to hear it dinging, dinging, dinging. Sometimes there's a lot of people chatting and then it can be 6 hours, nobody chats. So Grandma always gave me hot milk with honey for sore throat, always helped. Yes. Yeah, even like yesterday when we went for dinner or lunch, we put honey in the tea that we had. Very nice. How much is a flight Moscow to Perth? Sergey, I've been looking into this because I still want to go pick up my 100,000 subscriber plaque. Realistically, depending on, well, from Moscow to Perth, you're looking at about 100,000 rubles return. You can go Moscow to Bali for about 70,000. So if anyone doesn't know about when my mum and dad were in Bali about 2 months ago on holiday, and I had this crazy idea of wanting to fly there to go get the plaque from them in Bali, because that would have been quite an easier flight to make. But nobody thought it was a good idea. So it's not cheap at the moment to fly out of Russia because there's less airlines. There's still Qatar Airways, Etihad, Emirates, to Europe, Turkish Airlines. So there is still flights anywhere in the world from Moscow, but there's less of them. So naturally the price goes up. Healthcare system. It's a free healthcare system. Otherwise, I've really had I've been to a hospital once when I fell over and hurt my leg. But I really don't go to hospitals to follow what the healthcare system's like. Surviving during winter is always a challenge. Yes. I mean, look, I'm completely fine with going out. Like, for instance, tomorrow or Tuesday, I'm going to go out to make videos. I mean, I dress appropriately. I already know the weather before I'm leaving when I go out for the day. So I know it's going to be cold. A lot of things are indoors, like the bus is heated. You go to the shopping center, they've got heating in shopping centers. In most businesses, it's heated. So it's not a problem to go somewhere. It's just getting there and getting home, you know? Yeah, inflation is everywhere, not just in Russia, yes. Northern Ireland person living in North Carolina. Always wanted to visit Russia. Do you ever go to the ballets there? No, I've never been to the ballet. And I really should get tickets and go one day to the Bolshoi. You can get cheaper tickets to the Bolshoi. It's not just, everyone wants to go to see Nutcracker on the New Year. You know, that's the famous show in the Bolshoi, but you can go year round there and see other things. There is also different stages too. So I've never been to the ballet. It's easy to get tickets. Certain specific shows at certain theaters are harder because they sell out, of course. But yeah, well, Northern Irish living in California. Hello from Germany. Hello. New winters are hard. Very hard to survive. Any chance you can show some of the Russian tech like the ODK Enterprise in Prem? Well, that is out of the question, and you haven't done the video in Russia Post Office for my mum. Yes, I've not been to the Russia Post Office. We really don't do any posting. A lot of times when my wife does shopping online, it doesn't come to the Russian Post Office. It comes to like Sidek or Wildberries, Ozona, the online shopping places. So I don't really have, apart from going to a post office, maybe I can send a postcard to somebody to do it. I don't know about ODK Enterprise in Prem though. That's quite specific. Svetofor or Walmart. Svetofor is much smaller. Walmart is like Walmart would be closer to Ashan if I was to compare what a Walmart is and what an Ashan is. Ashan is a hypermarket in Russia. It's a French company. Svetofor is much smaller. It's more like a low-cost, cheap supermarket. Yeah, I mean, there isn't a Svetofor in a Prelivka where I live, so I don't have one that I can go to regularly. I've got to go find one to go make a video there or go shopping there. Hello from Anapa, William. Hello. We have cheaper Taiwanese replicas of, and it was called Dende. Wow. I didn't know that. Duck Hunt, Russia. Do you know Linux or Python? I've heard of both of them. I've never used them though. So, or Duck Hunt. Is your experience with which country is more diverse, Australia or Russia? It's very hard to say like that with diversity because in Russia there's a lot more traditions and a lot more history. I mean, Australia is 200 and something years old. Australia doesn't have the history. I mean, I even talked about this to a lot of people about the amount of statues. Everywhere in Russia, there's a lot of statues of people, particularly in Moscow, as well as a lot of scientists and not just politicians, scientists, sporting heroes, people that have done something in terms of sciences or achievements. In Australia, there is very few people that they would make a statue for because people would complain about it, oh, that guy did more than this guy. Why does this guy get a statue? Oh my gosh, this is strong now. So, wow. Oh gosh. So I'd say Russia's far more diverse because of the history and the culture and the traditions than what Australia is. Australia's, celebrating things that other countries celebrate, and Australia doesn't have enough history to have events to celebrate. This is one thing that I find hard that I'd like to show on videos about when they do like the Russia Day events and the Moscow Day events, and then where they embrace the past wars like the Great Patriotic War. And, there's a lot of, it's hard to say the word celebrating, events like that, but there's a lot of things that are kept in the minds of people and, it's kind of celebrated, if you like. I know this is hard to take in, but this is just the way I see it. And, where you go to see, different things like in Moscow, like at Victory Park or in Park Pobede, well, Victory Park, Park Victory, there's a few different ones. But even when you go to see the changing of the guard there and the Eternal Flame in Moscow, in Alexander Garden, it's kind of such a traditional, such a historical, such a moving kind of thing. But if I show that on video and talk about it, it's kind of, why are you celebrating something? You're celebrating, an event, but it's a part of the history of Russia. I think I'm going off track a bit, but I hope you understand what I'm saying. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing okay. I wouldn't say well, but I'm doing okay. Normally I'm bouncing off the walls, but today not as much. Buying $16 Vegemite on Amazon Canada. You should click my Amazon in the description of every video I've got. There's an Amazon shop link, and I connected that mostly for my cruising channel because people always want to buy gadgets and bits and bobs for their cruises. So I've got this Amazon store that's got a lot of suggestions, mostly for cruising. Like you should buy travel adapters, over-the-door organizers for your cabin, travel size shampoos. But if you ever click that link and then go to buy something, there'll be a commission paid back. It's called Amazon Associates. If anyone watches other YouTubers, there's people that promote a lot about clicking links to Amazon in their videos. Love the videos. Thank you so much, Polly. You see now, look, I'm feeling completely fine. And then in a few minutes, I'm just going to be... Hope you're watching the Cricket World Cup. Yeah, I didn't watch the match today. And actually, yesterday, most of the day, I was out. So while we were out having lunch together, I had Crick Info. It's a website where they've got like a live chat of the cricket scores, and I was following the second innings when Australia beat New Zealand. Right, New Zealand didn't reach their target. So yeah, I've been following it, but not every match. But I can get the live TV shows here and watch it's mostly the British Sky commentary that when they do the cricket commentary that I'm watching. Salt vinegar chips. Yes. Oh my gosh, I love salt vinegar chips. Watch funny cunt. It said eat salt vinegar chips. Yeah, you can't get them here. I've seen salt and vinegar Pringles once. You can't really get salt and vinegar chips here so much. If you still don't want to have a beer together, I'll treat you. No, if you still want it, don't want. You're a tough guy. Oh, thanks. Excuse me. When I went to that beer, well, it was a whiskey. It was if you watch the video where I went to see this alcohol expo, it used to be called Strong Alcohol Expo, and now they're calling it Spiratori, which is the name of the company that organized it. But they had a few different bars there, or beer breweries, microbreweries mostly, and a few different places invited me to come to this bar, come to that bar. Fluid Tech. The other thing with this, it's not like all the different things that I'm doing. It's kind of all working together and hopefully getting me better. Do I think shopping online is the future? I think it already was a thing in Russia before I. Wow, sorry. Things like Ozon and Wild Berries, and even any shop has an online store, right? I think it's a big deal in Russia more than other countries. Even online supermarket shopping, you can get stuff delivered from the supermarket so easily. This is the thing of the future. I think everywhere it will slowly become a thing. Do you want to travel to China? I'd love to go to China. Never really had any idea to do it, but it would be interesting. You can see how my kind of how I'm going like this. It's like 1 minute I'm like amazing. Next thing I'm crazy. Next thing I'm perfectly fine. I'm not sure what this one is, but I'm going to try this one. I'd really love to give you a drink. I can even treat you to some good whiskey. Friend from Wales sent it to me. Wow. That would be cool. That thing, whiskey, it was, well, I kind of call it a whiskey expo, but there was guys there with their own private collections that they were offering people to taste. They're from their private collection. Ronnie and Leo, I think, I don't know, you're chatting to each other, right? If anyone wants to chat with somebody else, you just put an @ symbol and start typing their name, and it'll come up and it'll highlight on their screen then. But I think Ronnie and Leo are both on the Telegram channel now, so you'll probably find each other there as well. Winter in Texas is nice, but no snow. Connie, how's it going, by the way? Oh. That last candy, when I went to swallow it, it was like the last bit. It's like caused my head to, oh my gosh. 10 years is understandable growth. Did your parents in Oz go get the plaque? Yes. Maybe YouTube sent you the 100 plaque to your address. No, Russia won't send, YouTube won't send plaques to Russia any longer. That's finished. So it's already at my parents' house now for, probably 2 months, at least 2 months. I just need to figure out how to get there. Maybe I should do like a fundraising live stream to get me to Australia for a week to go pick it up. That'll be kind of cool. Well, maybe not a good suggestion to tell my wife that I want to do that because she'd want to come as well. Have I put the nail in the coffin of my life at sea? Not really, no. I guess I'm retired from it. I'm not officially retired. I've still got a visa to travel to the US. All I need to do is just renew my medical, which is valid for 2 years at a time. I don't know if I put a nail in the coffin of it, but definitely I've not got as much aspiration to go back as I did when COVID happened and everybody was kind of in limbo about it. Could I find work in Russia with an oil and gas background? I guess you'd have to look for probably Western companies. I think it would be hard for you to find jobs easily. A lot of stuff they do in oil and gas in Russia is in very remote places, like in towns that are in the middle of nowhere, that have nothing there. I know, obviously, oil and gas in the UK is offshore. In Australia, too, we've got offshore oil and gas off the northwest shelf of Western Australia. I think maybe if you've got a very, very specific niche training for what you do, maybe there's opportunities. I think you'd really want to look at Western companies that have kind of connections in Russia with the oil and gas industry. I think just turning up here and trying to find a job would be very, 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 very difficult. Probably it would be easier to do everything before you ever got on the plane. A lot of the places where they're doing oil and gas and mining and things like that are just literally, that's all there is in the places that do it. It's kind of fly in, fly out style as well for a lot of them because it's just incredibly remote. Russia is so massive as a country, right? What sparked my journey to Russia? My wife. I met my wife 10 years ago when we were on holiday on Thailand together. Well, separate holidays. My wife invited me for a trip here, one time, and kind of never. I went back to cruise ships, came back to Russia, went back to cruise ships, back and forward. Grocery stores. Basically, I've worked in retail all my life. On the cruise ships, I was working in the onboard duty-free shops. So my background is in retail and shops and shopping. So it was just a natural thing to make videos in shops when I started the channel. And there's a never-ending amount of places I can go to make videos because there's just so many. Even shopping centers, I could go to 50 different shopping centers only in Moscow, and everyone would be different. I mean, similar but different. Do they still print newspapers in Russia? Yes, they do. Vegemite, and how do you get it? Well, Vegemite is a yeast extract. Maybe you've heard of Marmite before. It's something you need to taste to understand what it is. It's a black paste that's very thick. You can put on toast. You can put on bread. Marmite is a British version. Vegemite's very much an Australian thing. You could buy it in Azbuka Kuza. Maybe you can look it up in Azbuka Kuza. That's about the only place I think they used to maybe sell it in Perekrostok, but I don't think anymore. You can find it in Russia, but it's very, very, very difficult. Christine Russell, how's it going? Yes, apart from me suffering through this sore throat, you see the thing like now, exactly as I'm talking to you, I don't feel any ailments, zero. And I can go for a couple of hours and not feel anything, and then all of a sudden it just starts going crazy again. Hello from Russia. Respect to Russia. So kissable. Thank you. Maybe that's not me. Maybe that's somebody else. 145 likes, by the way. Thank you so much. I always wonder how we get more likes than people watching. Maybe someone clicks on, likes it, and then clicks off. I'm not sure. Thank you. And thank you for donation alerts. Thank you so much, Mr. Ronnie, who did them there. Thank you. Hello from the winners of the Rugby World Cup. Yes, I watched that yesterday. I actually watched that last night. Right at the same time was the qualifying for the Formula One Grand Prix. But yes, South Africa kind of got... What did the guy say? I didn't see any of the matches. The final was the only match I watched of the whole World Cup. So they won the quarterfinal by a point, the semi by a point, and then the final by a point. So, I mean, I do feel for New Zealand. Obviously, Australia and New Zealand is quite close country-wise. Maybe not exactly. We love New Zealand for sporting. Australia versus rugby. Australia versus New Zealand is a very big rugby counterparts, no, opposition. But a lot of the New Zealanders were going to retire after this. It was their last final and so forth. And, you know, it's a massive thing to get to. Every 4 years is the final. It's like Olympics, right? Get to the final Olympics and come fourth, no medals. No. Easiest visa to get into Russia is just a tourist visa. You can get the invitation letter very easily online. Literally, it's good for 30 days. This candy is like not as strong as the previous one, but it's got a liquid center. Oh, I feel really bad. I'm chewing. And my microphone is probably so sensitive you can pick up me eating it. You can also get a 90-day business visa. You can go through visa agencies. There is a link. Well, I don't have a link to it in the description, but if you want to send me an email from my email address in the description, I can send you a link to a visa agent in Moscow who can help you. Basically, for the visitor's visa, it's very, very straightforward. It's all online. You just pay whatever fee it is and then get your visa. It's very straightforward. It's very simple. You just need that invitation letter, which someone needs to provide that for you, which you just need someone to do for you. Original Smith's chips. Yeah, I'd prefer cheese and onion. I'm not really I always call them plain chips, the ready salted ones. I'm not a plain potato chip person. From Moscow, we are glad to know about your feelings about Russian real life. Thank you. Maybe that's me, I think. I've not been to Kazakhstan. No, I've been to Kyrgyzstan. I was there. Well, was I there now? Oh, back in summertime, I guess. Let's just call it that. I was mainly in Moscow, but also went to Siberia. Yes, I think a lot of the oil and gas companies are all based in Moscow, and then it's all remotely. Then from there, just wanted to say hi. I massively enjoy your content as an English speaker first, learning Russian for some time. It's great to see your perspective and share it with us. Thank you, Dizzy Disaster. Oh, cool channel name. Thank you so much. I can also offer you a ride on a large homemade electric scooter. I could take you on a ride around Elk Island in Moscow. I didn't even know there was a place called Elk Island. Just one of those days. It'll be warm in Moscow. Yeah, now that's the struggle, is to find a warm day in Moscow now, especially in the next few months. A large homemade electric scooter. Never really seen. There's a lot of the ones that are rental ones, right? They'll also slowly disappear off the streets now. All of the what they do pay as you go. Vegemite was a beer product, a beer byproduct. I didn't know that. We can take photographs of moose, wild bed ducks. Wow, that's a lot of things you're going to treat me to. I don't know how good my photos would be with my phone, but I just have my phone. Oh, if anything, I'll blog you. Find me by my nickname. Thanks. I'll have to look you up. Well, yeah, I definitely need a helmet. Oh, your own stocks in Woodside and BHP. Yeah, I've never got into these are what they call blue chip stocks, right? In Australia, I've got shares in Telstra. I only have like 4 or 5 different stocks. Racing as well, Russell, since 1990. Oh, been a Lewis Hamilton fan. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Excuse me. Yeah, it's probably not an easy time at the moment to find jobs in Russia as a Western person. I mean, of course, a lot of people left, so there's a lot of opportunities, but I don't know if it's an easier time now than in the past, if that makes sense. Do you guys celebrate Halloween? They don't really celebrate it here. They really don't. Has everything gone crazy, or is it just me? You can lose your teeth from Russian sweets. There is a kiss candy, but don't eat it. Very dangerous. These ones I'm having is like a mentholyptus kind of ones. I really don't have candy otherwise, especially all the sugary, sweety kind of ones. What's going on? Is the YouTube frozen, or am I? What's happened? Is anybody still seeing me live? That's strange. What's going on there? Peter, how's it going? Doing okay. Apart from this awkward cold. It's not a cold anymore. I think it's just a sore throat. Isn't it odd that you've only got 75 people watching? Yes. That's very normal. Normally I may have up to about 100 people watching a live stream. You have already been on for over an hour. What's up with that? Do you think that some fans might bought subs? No, not at all. Not at all. No. I know that very typically my live streams are only watched by 70 or 100 people at a time. That doesn't bother me at all. I don't, schedule them well enough to give people a heads up to watch them. Also, the time difference with different countries and time zones messes it up as well. I'm completely okay with just a few people watching. I know people watch it on replay later. It's really just a once a week thing, or maybe once every few weeks that I do live streams. So it doesn't bother me that it's not watched by thousands. Yeah. I used to own Telstra when I lived in New Zealand. As an American, it was hard to make friends with Kiwis. Australians seem more laid back and easy to befriend. Yeah, I guess that. I guess maybe it's a slightly different culture in New Zealand to Australia. Yeah, maybe you just need to get more friendlier. I don't know how that is. The one friend I from YouTube here, Ben, was on the video that I made. Actually, it's one of the more viewed videos on the channel where we went to a supermarket together. We met literally through YouTube. He came to Moscow, and then we went and made a video together. Which we went out a few times. That was the only one we filmed, though. Yeah, there you go. Each point by a point. I was trying to make a point. Right. I'm sure it's a big deal in South Africa, more than it was me watching it here in the kitchen in Moscow when I watched it last night. It's such a massive image to be every 4-year event as well, and to reach the final and to win the final. There's a lot of, the sheer possibilities of all that is so incredibly low percentage wise for you to get to that point to win and play and win and, get the trophy. I rarely catch colds and flus, Toad, honestly and truly. Even working on cruise ships, being around 4,000 people, I would rarely kind of get any sicknesses or any injuries or anything that hurts me, if that makes sense. Pretty much get maybe 1 or 2 a year while I'm here in Russia. I don't think it's any different to Perth. So, do you buy any imported products or meals in stores such as Zbuka Kuza? We don't have an Zbuka Kuza where I live in Aprelivka. We do have Kuzvil up the road. We do have Miratok. We've got 4 Pitorchkas, 2 Magnets, Lenta. There's so many, Vienne, Fasol. So I've got 10 supermarkets in walking distance that I can choose from. Actually, I haven't been to an Zbuka Kuza forever and ever and ever, because there's just not one where I live to go there conveniently. If I go through Solara Shopping Center, there isn't one there. So I'd have to go out my way to find one to go there. I guess yesterday at Food City, you can get anything you like at Food City. It's crazy, the selection that you can find there. So I mean, even to buy those Kit Kats yesterday, I bought Maltesers, a bag of Maltesers as well. So it's very strange that you can not find things in shops in Russia, and then you go to Food City and you can get anything you like, I saw a limited edition. Oh, I wish I'd have bought it now. There was a limited edition collector's can of Coca-Cola, and it was like from one video game that I know of, but I can't remember the name of it now. But I thought maybe I should buy that and sell it online somehow. It must be valuable to somebody, as people who even just Coca-Cola drinkers or collectors. Moscow watching. Dr. Lecter, thanks for a lot for your videos. Keep it on. Thank you so much. Yeah, we'll go for another 9 more minutes, everybody. Okay? If the chat keeps going, we'll go longer. But otherwise, we'll keep it to 9 more minutes. So I really hope you've enjoyed the live stream so far. I'll be without money for another week. In Russia, we have very high interest rates on loans. Yes, we've been looking into possibly trying to find somewhere to buy in Russia or in Moscow, and the interest rates are very high right now for to get a loan. Yes, I completely understand what you're saying in your comment. And in Russia, loans are bad. I mean, the loans, just the percentage rates in the banks are very high because of the economy of the world right now. Even in Australia, the interest rates are up at the moment as well. Does Obed Buffet still exist on Arbat? I don't really know the name of this place to know if it's still there. I went to the Bull on Arbat Street about 2 months ago with some South African friends for a dinner. It's one where all the menu is 300 rubles. It's like a 3-story restaurant. Very, very crowded inside. We had a really nice dinner, though. Do you pay for your purchases with a credit card? As a Westerner, I cannot use my West card, but otherwise I will be carrying. Yes, you can't use non-Russian cards in Russia. So yeah, my Australian cards are completely useless for how many years now? 2 years. So absolutely don't use them. Yeah. Coming here, pretty much bring cash, but maybe able to obtain a union card. I'm not sure about this union pay. I know there's been a lot of talk about it. I'm not sure what the availability of it is or if it's able to be linked up and it works. Yes. I mean, try and do things like hotel bookings or tour bookings before you leave so you can prepay for them before you come to Russia, if that's possible. I've never done ice skating before. I am looking forward to more snowing, though. I really want to go out and film walking somewhere when it's snowing, like in Moscow Center or different parks, just to show. Because when it snows, and like for instance now when it's about 0 degrees, -1, +1, it's very beautiful. It's not hot, it's not cold, it's not windy, it's not miserable. And when that snow falls, it just is nice. And I think even when it snowed in Moscow about 3 days ago now, there was a lot of people that were just happy, that it's snowing outside and it's a change of weather. The 6 other days of the week, you don't really like it because like where the snow is melting, it becomes a lot of standing water and a lot of puddles, a lot of mush. And it's not nice to walk through. It's not nice to walk down the footpaths, especially where it freezes. If the snow doesn't melt away, then the ice freezes when it gets to minus temperatures. And the walking is difficult if you don't have nice shoes. Live streams are cozy. Yes. Thank you so much. Yeah, I don't need thousands of people to watch. A lot of people watch this on replay as well. People watch it at other times of the day. So yeah, it's not a problem how many people are watching the live streams. I go to Ashan French in Moscow. Food is cheaper there. These stores you listed are very expensive. Yes, some are. Yes, absolutely. I don't really call it French anymore. Ashan used to be cheaper about 10 years ago when I first came to Moscow. I find slowly Ashan's prices going up. and I can go to other supermarkets and weekly specials and things like that. I can buy something walking distance from my house here without having to go an hour to an Ashan. Just I'm not going to necessarily save money going to Ashan. Yes, things are cheaper there, but it's not as cheap as it was years ago. I think Ashan really realized they can put the prices up, and people will still shop there because of the selection. For anyone that doesn't know, Ashan is a hypermarket, but it's a huge, huge store, with 50 aisles and 40 registers. And there's some of them that are 2-level Ashans as well. So there's like the lower level is all food, and the upstairs level is all like housing stuff or stuff for your house or apartment. Our winters are horrible. They're not necessarily horrible, Sergio. Depending on where you live, I guess, but I will prepare and send you money live on that day to keep the conversation going. Usually on Saturdays and Sundays. I only tend to do them on the weekends because I know more people may be free, and it's just an easier timing to watch. So yeah, next Saturday, next Sunday. I do post a lot of stuff on Telegram. I know I've talked about this a lot. So Obed Buffet is still there. Oh, there you go. Obed Buffet. But I do watch it later, better time, right? Yeah, not everybody watches live. Even when I put a new video on the channel, not everybody watches it in the same 5 minutes it goes on the channel. You can see a spike in people watching a new video once it goes and gets recommended to everybody. But some videos don't take off for even a week later, a month later. Komsomolskaya Park. In winter, you can go downhill and ice skating there. Yes. Last winter, even in Borovyvagore, I did the tubing down the side of the mountain there. They had tire tubing where you could go down. You can it's free to do. You just have to sign up for it. Komsomolskaya Park I've been to in summertime. I've never been there in winter though. Watching you walking around Moscow, Russia reminds me a lot of Boston. Well, the snow and ice look pretty. Yes, Boston's a very nice place. I've worked on cruise ships that sailed out of Boston. Very nice place. I mean, if I compare it against other cities, you can the buildings and the kind of architecture and stuff. Look on bird's milk, condensed milk. Oh my gosh. Without opening it for 3 hours. I guess you're talking about all the different types there. Yes, the Russ absolutely will be going to the exhibition at Beden Har. I've already arranged. Well, I think I've arranged a press pass where you can just wear it on a lanyard, and it's a little bit easy to film things. I've already registered for that last week, and you can actually go there this week before it opens to go get your press accreditation, which normally you can just go to the administration and get it on the day you go there. But I think it's going to be way bigger there than I realized for one video, so I might have to go there once just to scope it out, go again to make it. It's over 3 months, right? So, but yes, definitely. I was riding on a homemade electric scooter. I have a big one, weighs 100 kilograms. Wow, and Gary's too. That would be crazy. I don't know how they go with this when it comes icy on the roads. Even the guys on the scooters that ride around doing the deliveries. Died from the cold. Yes, that's the thing. If you don't over prepare. Thanks for all the videos I found you from your Lada review. Watched many of your videos since. Thank you, John. That's really nice. Yeah, that was a kind of cool video. That going to that the one guy wasn't so nice there, but everyone else that worked there was super nice. It was very weird because the one guy sometimes just especially where people don't speak English, and obviously I'm speaking English and don't speak Russian, but a lot of people are a bit wary of what I'm doing or why I'm doing it or what I'm saying on the video is about, like the car review, for instance, right? So some people just get a bit weary that I might have bad intentions when I'm filming or talking. So about supermarkets and shopping centers, I guess that would be great to tell your viewers about some contemporary places like Harbour University or Skokovo. Yeah, things like universities and schools, it's not just a matter of just turning up and filming and walking around and showing people. Are we waiting for your live broadcast? Yes. Wow, you got 49,000 subscribers. They also don't watch my videos right away. Exactly. Do you? Someone asked me this the other day. There's a bit of lemon stuck in my tea. Do I enjoy the white Christmas or the hot Southern Hemisphere Christmas? Yeah, that's very tough because it's completely opposites in terms of the feeling at the time, right? So Christmas Day or New Year's Day or Boxing Day, the day after Christmas, we'd go to families' houses and we'd have a barbecue, sit under a patio out the back, go for a swim in the pool. My sister's house has got a pool table outside, so you can put the TV on and watch live sport while you're sitting out there. So it's kind of a different experience. Whereas, for instance, on New Year's Eve, like midnight of New Year's Eve, you go to friends' houses here, all sit around and eat some food. We'd watch the president's speech at midnight. And it's a different experience of what you do. So, I'm slowly getting used to the Russian style of Christmas and New Year. And especially once they've got the Christmas markets up and running in Moscow center, it's just nice to walk around there, have a hot drink, and just take in that feeling of an atmosphere of Christmas. Whereas in Australia, you think about going to the beach or going to someone's house with a swimming pool. It's completely two opposites. Your work makes my outlook better. Thank you. Did you observe a change in opinions about the do people reflect on this topic? People know what's going on. People understand what's going on. People know what's going on. People don't necessarily talk about it with each other. There is an incredible amount of Russian and Ukrainian and Russian people that live in both countries. And a lot of people have family and relatives. Obviously, when it was the Soviet Union and when it was USSR, it was one big country. So there's a very big overlap of people. It's not like it's two completely separate countries that are involved in what's going on. So, anybody that I talk to, I'm always cautious of thinking, do they have Ukrainian relatives? Are they Russian? Are they Ukrainian? Or do they have Russian relatives? So, a lot of people understand the situation. It's just not necessarily talked about. Some people ask me my opinion of it and I explain it. I don't put it across in videos. You probably noticed that in any video, I don't do that. But if you meet me in person, I really kind of assess how we are in a conversation. If I'm chatting to somebody that I don't know, and if it works into the conversation, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't, right? I can't wait for ice swimming. Wow, no, that'd be crazy. But I'm sure it's amazing and you love it. I love your ex-McDonald's videos. Thank you, Dollar Bill. Oh, I watched the I didn't watch the last episode. I watched the whole last season of Billions until 2 days ago. Because I've been home sitting on the sofa a lot, I binge watched 11 episodes of Billions. And there's obviously a character called Dollar Bill on Billions. Or maybe that's why your name is that. Maybe it's not. My stream scene's frozen. Oh, sorry about that. Get better. Thank you. But I'm almost better. Almost. Okay, everybody. And the ex-McDonald. Yeah, it's called Kuzni i Tochka is the name of the... I haven't even had Kuzni Tochka in forever. Really forever. I just realized there's some collectible glasses. You know how they do the Coca-Cola glasses at McDonald's? they've got some Kuznetsy Tochka ones, and I realized I need to collect some of them before they stop having them available. Favorite restaurant in Moscow? Well, I've only been a couple of times, but there's a place called Pivaldi in Adinsova, and it's all menu for 200 rubles. And it's really an experience of going there. It's a very, very busy place. It's got a microbrewery there as well, similar to the Bull in Arbat Street that I went to with my South African friends. And it's just an experience. It's kind of the joke of it that you go there thinking the whole menu is 200 rubles or $2, but you never end up just having one dish and leaving, right? You go there, have some beer, have some conversation, have a bit of food. So yeah. So anyway, are you feeling better now, Russell? I'm feeling better than I did last week. Literally, the problem I've got is, like, if you watch this whole live stream now, like now I'm feeling perfectly fine, right? And then in 10 minutes time, I'm going to be struggling, and I'm going to be coughing, and I'm going to be spluttering, and then I don't feel good. And this is like yesterday when I went on the bus, like I had this, I'm like trying to cough into my jacket on the side, and I don't want to bother anybody around me where I'm on the bus, because I'm coughing a little bit. On the way back, I had a drink, so I could just take a sip of drink to make my throat feel better. So I'm kind of feeling better, and then I feel miserable. I just woke up. Ooh. Shoot a video at KFS or Burger King or KFC. I've done one at the new Rostiks. That's on the channel. If you look up Russian KFC, I don't know what the name of the video is now, but I went to the opening of the first Rostiks in Moscow when it opened. Never done one at Burger King, though, because really Burger King is the same in Russia as it is anywhere in the world. What do you do for a living? Sorry, I know it's a bit personal. I make videos on YouTube. I really should come up with some other better explanation. And I should probably go find a job where I've got to go to work every day. So I rely on the kindness of strangers to watch YouTube, to do likes on the videos, things like that. Yes, this is what I'm doing. Well, not the shot of whiskey, but fresh ginger, lemon, honey, orange slice, and one more thing. We come up with this a few days ago. Do you speak a little Russian? Do you understand the spoken language? No. If I invite you to go for a walk, we'll need to simultaneous interpreter. Yes. Yes, I don't speak a little. I speak chut-chut по-русски. Lavra together, which is a temple. I've never been to a Lavra. Have you tried visiting the oldest canteen in Moscow? I've been to a couple of different ones. There's one actually next door to the original McDonald's in what's the name of the square there, where the original McDonald's was, and now it's Kuznetsy Tochka. But there's a canteen in the next building downstairs underneath. And then also in Gum, there's Stolova 57. Do you get recognized often in Russia? Love, yes, I do get Kate, I get recognized a lot, almost every day. Somebody recognizes me. And also when I'm on the train or I'm on the bus. Yes, unfortunately, it's every day of the week. It's very strange because you're in a city with 15 or 17 million people, and you'd kind of think that you wouldn't get recognized and you'd blend in. But no, I definitely do get recognized. Even when I was at the whiskey event, there was a guy in a kilt. You probably see him in a few different shots. And there's a point where he just walks by me and he kind of waves. And we chatted earlier while I was walking around. And we chatted a couple of times. We just talked about everything going on in Russia, And he came up to me and said, "Oh, I love your videos. Thanks very much. I'm a subscriber." Last week when I was on the train on the way home from Moscow, the guy standing next to me at the platform as we were about to get on the train, and then he realized it was me as we were walking on, and then we sat together and chatted on the way home. I've only been to the border with Belarus I drove there with my neighbor who had to go to do some banking, thinking I could just get on the car to Belarus. And you can't cross a land border as an Australian. You can fly in, it's visa free. So I've been to I basically got out the car, stayed at the border for 2 hours, 3 hours. Then my neighbor came back, picked me up, and we drove home from Moscow to Belarus. Lived here on and off for 9 years. Putting fewer cucumbers in the cheeseburgers. God forbid. I need to definitely go back and do a new review. Time tea. Thanks. Pushkin Square, yes. There's the canteen there. Yeah, there's a canteen next to Pushkin's, next to the Kuznetochka or the McDonald's, where the original one was. There's another building with some kind of very Soviet kind of pictures on the side. There's an old canteen that you go downstairs to the lower level. Very, very basic inside. Very much original, never changed design. And you can have a nice lunch there or dinner. I've learned a little bit of the Russian language. 3 bulbs of garlic in the chicken soup. My wife made chicken soup a few days ago. We've now got borscht soup that I had earlier. If you go on the Telegram channel, I took a photo and showed it. Maybe I'll have 200,000 subscribers. I guess while I'm not posting videos in this last week and a half, my subscribers have dropped a lot. I need everyone to watch another video, an old video again. So thank you, everybody. We've just hit 200 likes. That's amazing. Really is amazing. Whoever's pressing like, thank you so much. I am going to sign off. I know we've gone for 1 hour and 40 minutes. Generally, my live streams are 2 hours, by the way. But considering how I am, though I live in Moscow, you see how it is now, right? Like I'm kind of feeling like I'm struggling, and I'm fine. Do people mask up there? There's very few people that wear masks in Moscow. You'll see an occasional person on the metro or on one of the trains or buses, but 99.99% of people don't wear masks. There was, I guess it was about a month ago, maybe a bit longer, there was a bit of a mandate at one point that they were going to reintroduce masks, but nothing's happened out of that. I really enjoy seeing my hometown from a different perspective. Thank you. Yes. Yeah, I think a lot of people, it's the same way, right? Where people have met me in person or they've just happened to be somewhere and I'm walking with my camera and, a lot of people, like a lot of people watch the couple of different Pitorichka videos, which is the convenience store. And a lot of people, watch that video. And the fact that there's, 19,000 of them in Russia, there's one on every corner in Russia, essentially. But yet they watch the video of me filming, walking in there and showing it. Hope you're feeling better. Thank you, Alien. See you on the Telegram channel. Thank you, David. Yes. Fortuna Minecraft. Yeah, if you see a person in Moscow with a mask, it should be me. Okay. Yeah, there's very, very few. I mean, even when you go on the metro, right, there's still thousands of people riding the metro every day of the week, right? Hundreds of thousands, millions. And you'll see an occasional person wearing a mask, but not really that many. Cheburik. There's a place on New Arbat that makes good cheburik. Very tasty. I like cheburik. I had one at Sadovot when I made the video at Sadovot, it was about 3 weeks ago. Had a really nice, fresh cheburik right there. Momeno from the Altai. I don't know what Momino is, but thank you. Of your videos. Thank you so much. Shorts. Then you will definitely gain 1 million subscribers because what you say is very interesting. Yeah, I was trying to do this 60 seconds in Moscow style shorts, because shorts can be 59 seconds or less. So I wanted to do these 60 seconds in Moscow. That was my whole idea for a channel, was to do just 60-second clips of Moscow. But because I really don't do any editing and, putting things together, I just film 59 seconds. Check out this view or check out this. Particularly like with winter, I did one last year where it was like the ice skating in Red Square. And it was kind of a cool. Yes, I had shawarma the other day. My wife brought one home from the train station, and I had shawarma. I've not had one for maybe a couple of months. And I said to my wife, I said, did you enjoy it? I'm like, it was beautiful. Because if you don't have them very often, they're tastier. But if you have them too often, though, you've got that smell in your head and that smell of a shawarma shop, then you don't enjoy them, So, yes, shawarma. Okay, everybody, definitely out of here. Also the light from let me see what the difference is if I switch the light off. Oops. This one. You see how dark it is. And it's more, I've got the overhead light on here too, which is, I don't normally have that light on either in this room. So, yes, thank you everybody. So many people. Roy, thank you so much for the super chat. Is that super chat or super sticker? Did you just join now, or have you been watching the whole time? I wonder. Thank you so much. Wow. Thank you, Roy. That's so nice of you. And also to the 2 new members, Jackie, Hearn, and Ape Monkey. Now there's a little thing now where you can see the separate super chats and what do you call this? What are they calling it? They call it something else now. Fan funding, super chat, super stickers, and channel memberships, and gifting. I don't know what gifting is, but now you can see them separately. You see them separately before. So, you just joined, Roy. Maybe I'll just stay a few more minutes because you're here, and I really see what it is now. Right now, I'm feeling completely fine, and I'm not struggling, and it's hurting, and I'm like, oh. And it's like I've got like this. I've even took my watch off, by the way, because it was just bothering me on my wrist. Yes. It was lovely. Thank you so much. Thank you for the stream. Yes. We'll go, because Roy is here, we'll go, can we scrape 12 minutes, or am I being too much? Let's see if we can scrape just for Roy. Roy's a long-time watcher of the channel. Get some rest and a good night's sleep. Yes, well, I want to watch it's only 6:30 right now. So I might go relax after this for a little while, but I want to watch the Formula 1 Grand Prix, but I'm not sure it's until 10 or 11 p.m. it starts. So, yeah, don't make them longer than 45 seconds. Yeah, I'm okay with making my 59-second ones. My 60 seconds in Moscow is the name of the shorts. Is that not so nice? Whoa, wow, that's bright now. That's better. How's that? Dima showed me snow in St. Petersburg yesterday. That's crazy from hot Florida. Yes, we had, I think maybe we had snow the 2 days earlier. So we maybe had it a day before St. Petersburg got snow. Did he do a live stream walking around with the snow? Yeah, it was kind of, I just couldn't get out of the house. I've been struggling for a week. And I didn't even go out in the snow downstairs. All the kids were on the playground downstairs. There's a playground right outside my building. And all the kids came out as soon as it started snowing, because it kind of snowed overnight. And all the kids came out to play on the playground equipment. I guess their parents let them go out, because it was snow everywhere. Now it's like melted away. Gifting is probably giving random memberships away. Oh, maybe it is, Leo. Yes. Oh, right. Yeah, you can give gifted memberships. Wow. from Arhangelskaya. I'll send a link to. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I need to look up this Muminyo. Anything where people are telling me certain Russian things, I show my wife it, by the way, and then she either knows about it or she doesn't herself. So, oh, thanks. Oh, is that Blim? No, it's not. I thought it was Blim Jim. Bismi. Oh my gosh. Thanks for joining, Roy. Roy's always in the background though, so he didn't necessarily. Sometimes he watches and then doesn't comment. Hello, Russell. That Sadovot marketplace was amazing. Yes. Yeah, that was very cool. I actually met a couple of guys from England there. Actually, I met a couple of Chinese people. I stopped for lunch, and we had lunch in this cafe. And the guy behind me, behind where I was sitting, turned around because I was talking in English. And he was from China, but it was a lot of Chinese go to Sadovot because a lot of Chinese goods there. And then an English guy came over from London. And he was originally was he from Afghanistan? I think Afghanistan. But he was born and raised in England. And he came to visit relatives that live in Moscow, believe it or not. And he came over to the table because he must have just heard English while he was sitting down. He came over to chat. That was kind of cool. Roy lives in Jacksonville. Oh, someone at the very top of the show said they were from Jacksonville also. Never mind, they asked me for a translation. People are watching you from Russia, but they don't understand what you're saying. Yeah, I have worked hard on some of the older videos, and pretty much all the new videos you can't get the translation on live streams, but you can on the new videos where you can put different countries' commentary, subtitles. Oh, Formula One's on 11 o'clock. Thank you. Yes, I'll definitely be watching that because Daniel Ricciardo's in 4th on the grid. And he was in top 10 in qualifying most of it. So best regards to all the people from Florida. I love the president's watch when he talked to all the young cosmonauts. Yeah, was that last week? Someone actually sent me a message saying that there was some craziness going on in Russia with Putin at the time. A friend from England, actually my cousin's cousin, second cousin. And I'm like, that's strange because on the news, he was meeting up with some cosmonauts. I think that was the day. It must have been one day last week. And I posted the news story of it. I posted the photo of him sitting there talking to the different students, I guess. I never paid any attention to what watch he had on there. That would be cool to know what it was. Sorry if I can't spell my Russian friends' names. Yes. Nice to catch up, Russell. Thank you, Polly. Yes. And to everybody as well. Again, I am on Telegram, Traveling with Russell channel. Hopefully it's easy to find. Anyway, there's a link in every video description to get over there. Again, if you post a comment on a video, on a post on Telegram, it'll take you to a chat group where there's more than 500 people. And there's usually more chat even when I'm not there than when I am. But I definitely follow along. Thank you for the greetings. I'm sorry if I can't spell my Russian. Dimmer you can spell, I think. Retention is very important in short videos. Yes, on average, they are watched for 35 to 45 seconds. Yeah, I mean, the few shorts I've done okay. They're not amazing, but I don't really make them for the amazing side of it. Well, you can make my videos. You can make your videos beautiful. Wow. I just use my phone. Actually, Roy will know a lot about this because some of his super chats went towards buying this phone. There we go. Now it's... Oh my gosh. Yeah, now it's like just come back again where it's a problem. So, Russell, how do your ancestors get to Australia? They all came from England, didn't they? Everybody stole... The famous forever story is everybody stole a loaf of bread. They got put on ships and sent to Australia in the penal colonies. And they landed on Sydney Harbour, and then they got given land on Sydney Harbour and told that's your new home. And now they're all millionaires. Their ancestors that have that land on Sydney Harbour now. Well, not quite the story, but pretty much everybody came to Australia from England or from Europe, especially as well. Thank you for the CHFs. Wonder what CHFs are. CHF. Swiss francs. Swiss francs. Is that what CHFs are? That'd be crazy if that is. Oh, and I saw on the World Cup football last night, Roger Federer, is his mum or his dad is South African, and he was at the World Cup, and obviously he's the Swiss hero of tennis, but he's got South African heritage. I think it's Tanya or Tatiana. Hello, if I'm not reading it right. Don't forget Oscar Piastri. Yes, 2 Aussies more fun. I don't know much about his background, Oscar Piastri. I just know more about Daniel Ricciardo because he's from Perth. I need a shot of moonshine. Yes. Roy, I've been drinking through this ginger tea. Now it's finished. I went through the candies. Maybe I'll take one lozenge here. Anyway, we'll go for a few more minutes. Just for Roy and for I'm really sorry. Thank you for the donation on Super Chat, though. Thank you so much. We're not bored. Where else do you stream? Your comments don't just pop up from YouTube. I don't stream anywhere else. I do this live stream about once a month. The last time I did it was 29 days ago. That's according to donation alerts. The donation alerts only come when I do the live stream. So 29 days ago, 1 hour ago. So it's 1 hour ago, 29 days ago, 59 days ago, 65 days ago was from donation alerts. So were they convicts? My relatives weren't convicts, no. They actually paid to come to Australia. They paid. There was the £10 scheme. So, yeah, shot of moonshine. Yeah, if you watch that other video, Roy, where I went to the alcohol expo, it was a very small expo. It was very niche. But I had a few different ones there, but I didn't show it on the video. Kodalak. After a cold, I had a cough for a long time, and I had to treat it. Oh, has it gone crazy, the stream? I don't know what this one is called, but this one has been good. That's the one I'm currently using. So, oh, Swiss francs, yes. John Wong. He's a Swiss hero. Hope you feel better. My name is Nikita. Currently living in the United States, but originally from Moscow. I have a dacha in Aprelivka, not too far from where you stay. What? I'm in Aprelivka. Oh, I'm kind of in the suburban area of Aprelivka. So when you come down Kiev Highway, and then you can turn off into Aprelivka. So I'm right there. I'm sure you know, I call it the Kiev Highway Rynok. So there's a food Rynok, and then there's like a home market there. And there's a petrol station, Gazprom. Just turn off there, and I'm right here. That's literally, I can see from the window Kiev Highway. And then I can walk to the train station. It's maybe 15 minutes to the train station. So, wow, that's crazy, Nikita. And how much is the rent per month in a central location? Yeah, so we're just talking about, I'm in Moscow region. I'm about 40 kilometers from Moscow, maybe 50 kilometers from Moscow center. Center of Moscow, I count as Red Square. A lot of people count Moscow as the ring road, which is the Makad. So I'm about 20-something kilometers to the Makad. Bit hard to explain about rent because it's so crazy different everywhere you'd live in Moscow. Because I'm not really in a central location where I live versus other people that might live somewhere closer to Moscow. When I throw up, I'll be able. When I can afford it. Telegram is completely free. It's an app similar to WhatsApp. So think of what WhatsApp is, but it's called Telegram. It's completely free. Download it from the Play Store, App Store, whatever store. It's not a paid service whatsoever. Completely free. You should buy something for your cough. Yes, I've got cough lozenges. I've got cough mixture. I've also got these white ones that I don't like. I've got these ones, which I don't like. So whatever they are, I don't like them, but yeah, so there's no Area 51 in Australia. There is a few different bases. There is a rabbit-proof fence. It's not really a fence that you cannot penetrate. There's a famous rabbit-proof fence that stops animals crossing from territories. Yes. I don't know about an Area 51. No one knows about it if there is one. There is a few like space station kind of bases with the big dishes and stuff like that. The famous one is over in a place called Parkes, Parkes, over on the east coast of Australia. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Would love to come for shashlik and a banya. Yes. If you're there or not, and it's in a Prelivka, I'm pretty sure it's no more than a taxi ride away if you're in a Prelivka somewhere. Roy, thank you. Yes, I will end the stream now. I'll just read the last few comments, and we've right on 2 hours, so perfect, Roy. You might have a good... I've got also antibiotics as well. I've been taking them 1 tablet per day since last week. So I do have antibiotics as well. Yes. I'm definitely doing the ginger, not the whiskey part. These sweets, that one I just had now is a cough lozenge. The other ones that I have were menthol candies, which just help with my breathing. It's not, I don't eat a lot of sweets, honestly and truly. I maybe eat too much chocolate, but in terms of sweets and the million choices of sweets I can buy in a Moscow shop, I don't buy them. Oh, hello to Serbia. I also saw Djokovic on the TV last night when I was watching the rugby as well. Now the Paris Masters is on this week, right? So ancestry video. Yeah, I think my dad might have done one in Australia. Oh, that's good stuff in the bottle. Yes, I think, well, I like it. So he deserves it. Speaks very well about us. Thank you so much. That's up to, I don't put any pressure on people to do any of these things. It just comes with the territory of YouTube. Against sore throat. So I've really got a sore throat and a cough. So I'm here on a residency visa. Yes, I have a permanent residency in Russia. I originally came on a tourist visa moons and moons ago, and then because that's only 30 days valid, I then got a business visas, which is 90 days valid. Well, it's actually a year, but you can stay for 3 months, then leave, and then come back. So yes, now I have residency here. Yes, I'm gonna, as soon as I finish the live stream, I'm gonna fill up my ginger tea, lemon, orange, and something else. As soon as I yell out to my wife what it is, she'll tell me, but I just can't remember what the other ingredient was. Okay, everybody. I'm going to lean back. I'm going to slowly move my microphone away in a second. I'm going to switch that light off because it's just so bright. I like the whole setup that I've got here for live streaming, but the light, particularly if I do it in the evening times, is a little bit bright. So Thank you, everybody, for buy some zinc supplements. It was recommended in COVID by nursing staff. Thank you, Roy. Thank you for watching a live stream or catching the last tail end of the live stream. I know you're here a lot more than when you comment, so thank you so much. And of course, Dimmer in St. Petersburg. We've yet to meet in person, but I know he's a nice guy. We've actually chatted on video call a few times. Actually, when I saw him in a live stream, he joined. You can actually send a link and people can join you on a live stream. And when the stream ends, the person is still on the call. So we've chatted mostly about YouTube more than anything. So, Yibo, thank you. Raspberry and there's bee honey. All right, it's only been for about a week. So, na zdrowie, yes. Well, yes, na zdrowie. Thanks, everybody. I'll see you on Telegram. Well, Telegram's over there. If anyone wants to comment on this video afterwards, you're more than welcome to. I'll try to catch up on commenting as a reply to people's comments on this video. If you want to watch any older videos, there won't be a new video on the channel for at least 2 days. So I need to go film something and then put it on the channel. Hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to get out and do something new. I've got a couple of plans of places I want to go to. Someone talked about going to the Russian exhibition at Vdenha. That doesn't start till next week. So I can't even get there before then. So it's not a problem though. Okay. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for the answer. It's better to stream it about lunchtime. Happy racing, everyone, tonight with Formula One. Yes. Better to stream about lunchtime. Yeah, I really should probably do like a lunchtime Saturday or Sunday stream. And I guess I could also catch more Australians and New Zealanders and yes, all of those things. Oh, thank you. Last minute. Somebody just did donation alerts from Anonymous. Thank you, Anonymous. I really appreciate whoever does these things. On donation alerts, I don't read out the value of donations. Obviously on YouTube, it shows on the screen, right? You can't get away from that. Also, where somebody's done SberBank, I don't read them out either. That's completely a personal thing. The donation alerts, I can't put it on the screen if I wanted to. I was trying to figure out a way, but I just like the fact that it's even when someone puts anonymous, not even where someone posts a comment. Don't be sick, please. Yes. No, I'm trying to get over the sickness, not get the only thing is, right, like now, is if I go out to film things, I don't want to feel bad when I'm trying to talk. And I'm not a person that likes to do like 4 takes of something. I literally film it, and occasionally I'll delete something because I said something wrong, or I'll, what my sentence wasn't quite correct. But it's rare that I reshoot things unless something catastrophic happens, like with the microphone. So yeah. I won't be going to Vdenha tomorrow. Anyway, that'll be my last cough on the live stream. Yes, the next few days I want to go indoors to things, not outdoors. So yeah. Okay, everybody. I'll see you on Telegram. I'll see you on another video. I'll see you in the comments of videos. Again, thanks, Roy. Thank you. My God, I can't pronounce the name of the other person who did this. And to people that just did donation alerts, thank you, Anonymous. I think that's probably pretty much sums up YouTube sometimes. A lot of faces behind the names you don't know. On Telegram, some people post their day-to-day like I do. So in the chat, people take photos of the view out their window or where they're out doing something. So yeah. Thank you so much, Entrantix, Mr. Jamarox. Thank you. Mr. Jamo FXIX. Look, there we go again. You see? Okay, everybody, end stream. see you later. See you hopefully next Saturday or Sunday for another live stream, if not before. And I'll see you around. Bye, everybody.